FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Let me summarize very briefly why I think that work has its pleasures. I consider some of its sorrows, but I also look at its pleasures. I think one of the things that work does for us is to enable us to impose order. Now, order, sometimes people talk about control freaks, and imposing order is seen as a bad thing, but I think that we all have an innate desire and need to impose order on a world which is, by its nature, chaotic and, in a way, against the interests of man. And I think there's a very satisfying thing when you've just made order in something. Your bookshelf, a set of dirty plates, you've ordered the laundry cupboard, you've ordered a company, you've ordered a country, you've imposed order on something. Very intrinsic need, I think. The other thing that I think work does is to distract us. It's a wonderful way of being distracted. Again, distraction doesn't have a good image, particularly in philosophical circles. The idea of philosophers is very much to retreat to a tower and contemplate the big things of life, the big issues of life, and not be distracted by the press of everyday events. But I've done a lot of sitting in towers thinking about the big questions. And with age, I'm coming to see the point of distraction. I think there are some questions so large you'll never solve them. And there is something wonderful about work that keeps us focused on some relatively achievable, small-scale goals that by the end of the week or the month or whatever give us a sense that we've done something and keep us away from the thought of, well, the largest thought, which is death. And there's a wonderful thing to those, those agendas which tell you, 11 to 11:15 coffee break, 11 to 11:15 to 11:30, presentation, etc. You're not thinking about death. You're just focused on the thing. You're not thinking about eternity. And we should welcome those agendas and those coffee breaks for keeping those large questions at bay. And I think, lastly, one of the things that work gives us is a chance to do something and to be something in our work that is slightly better than we manage to be in our day-to-day life. People sometimes say pejoratively, so-and-so's escaping into their work. Well, thank goodness that we can escape into our work. And in our work, sometimes create things which have to them a generosity, a sympathy, an order, a logic, a symmetry that kind of eludes us in our day-to-day dealings with our friends, our families, etc. So a little island that we can sometimes create that's just that little bit better than who we manage to be around the dinner table on a Friday night.